Alright, so we're going to do this stream. I was just talking with my mate Joe and told him I need to go do some practice. He said, "You're going to stream?" So I figured, well, I'll stream my practice. Because he's bored and nothing to do, so I'll stream this. I'm just going to be doing laps, and I'll probably drive a few different cars because I want to be able to select the car I want to try. This is a fixed setup league tonight. I'm practicing for the NARL race tonight, and so it's fixed setup. Oh, I guess HDR is kicking in. That sun there, look at that sun. I have to turn the HDR off. See how it goes. I like having HDR on, but more realistic. Hey, Joe. This is, yeah, still the fixed setup. It's good. So weather-wise, what time? This is 7:50 in the morning, it looks like. So really cool track. It'll be very grippy. 18-degree track temp. Apparently, one of the other leagues I'm in, we're going to be racing at Magna Core, the PRL league, next week. Never raced at that track. No idea what to expect. I want to get some music going here. Hang on a sec. One moment, please. Need some music. Need to be stream friendly music, so I gotta search for my TCMA friendly music. Where is that? There we go. Not my favorite kind of music, but at least it's music. Can you hear that, Joe? Make that a little bigger, a little louder. It's got to compensate for that Lambo motor. Maybe I need to concentrate on driving. All right, this isn't a good start, Joe. Maybe I need to turn that music down a bit for me so I can hear the car. I'm good at making excuses, Joe. I couldn't hear the car, so I spun out. That's why I drove off into the track, off into the grass. So this corner probably 2 wheels on the outside there under the curb. And you want to get an early, you want to get the power as early as possible. This one is a 4th gear over the curb, down to 3rd. You want to stay a little further right than you can go. Here, a little bit of curb on the inside. I'm going to open up the entry here so it's a later apex so you can get the power better. And then you got to get to the right so you can have power sooner and longer here and not go on the grass. In this corner here, with this car, you can't really take much curb. Different cars can absorb that curb better. 3rd gear is smoother through here. 2nd gear might be slightly quicker, but you might also spin out because of the extra shift and the braking the rear tires. That's probably a 1st gear corner. And then this spoon curve is really interesting. The fast way, you have to go over the curve in the middle of the thing. You want to go over this curve, but you got to go straddle it. If you just go a little bit over it and the outside tires just kind of fall over the outer edge, then you're gonna spin. I'm out of practice. I will get a lap in. I gotta warm up first. Hey Joe, yeah, the sunset is different. I mean, and I've got the VR on, which makes it more piercing. Sorry, not VR. HDR on, which makes it more piercing. Yeah, it's harder to see, but I don't know, it's more realistic. You can turn it off if you don't like it, but so again, get far to the right, and then shift up to 4th early. You can take it in 3rd once the tires are warmed up. Try a bit more curve there. Yeah, see how much that unsettles the car? And I'll try 2nd here. You get a better exit, but you give up a bit on entry. Yeah, I brake too late for that corner. Light shift to 3rd, so you keep the car settled, and then you can take a bit of this curve, but you can't have the inside tires go over the white line. Wow, it's shocking. Thought I could make that flat out. This is the fixed setup, so we'll see how it goes. That's I'm not good at that corner, the one that chicane. I'm not consistently fast at it. One of my favorite corners though is turn 1 here. I love the way you can throw it in there and just dance. Well, or spin. I gotta get used to the setup. I've only driven this track in this car on a proper setup. And these fixed setups are not good everywhere, unfortunately. And this is the other interesting thing I found with the Lambo is, and Corey and I were testing for the charity race last night. We found that with cooler track, the Lambo got looser. With the hot tracks, like we tested in 50-degree temps, the Lambo was, it was sliding, but it wasn't unbalanced. But with the cooler temps, the front end became stronger and it got looser, which was weird. Usually, when a track grips up, the cars become tighter, not looser. So it was something to get used to. I just gotta get used to it. I'm gonna move the bias forward here. 2 clicks, 54 to 55. That's always risky when you have the 2 tires around the outside of that curb. I'm just out of practice. I'll get that. Off track, damn it. Thanks, Jim. These are really slow laps. It's gonna take me a while to get back up to speed, Joe. And yeah, the sun's in your eyes, but it looks so cool. So 130R needs a lift. You can't go through it flat. With proper setups, you can go through it flat, I think, if I remember correctly. Although I haven't tried it with the new. Yeah, I agree. That sun is awesome. Wow, it's so loose on entry. This is a 6-wing car. Like the wing is maxed out, so there's so much rake though that makes the car springy. I think 4th gear is going to be the gear for that corner unless the tire is really perfect. Man, they're loose. So loose. Look at that sun. It's going to get worse because the sun's rising. The land of the sun. Ah, see? That's what I was talking about earlier. If you go over a curb and your car starts to fall off just the edge, if you go over it, go over it. Don't just kind of hang on the very edge, because as soon as that rear left tire, which is loose, falls off, it catches the curb and spins you. So that's true in Spoon, that's true in 130R. You're gonna go over the curb, go over it. Yeah, sorry, I was too busy reading your chat there. Have you noticed with us last update, some carbs go over? Yeah, you can hear it now more so than before, I think. Is that music too loud, Joe? Or is it okay? I think the Audi might be the better car here. I thought we were racing Spa tonight, but it seems to be Suzuka. Music is perfect? Okay, thanks, mate. That's too much curb. So what are you up to today, Joe? Oh, thanks, man. So today's the 12th, so yeah, it's good. So I'm on the right track, that's good. Can you imagine trying to see the cars in front of you? Maybe is there a car there? I don't know. Let's hope there's no crash. See what I mean? So now go over the curb, you won't spin. You get off track, but you won't spin. And I go wide here only on the first lap, just out of habit. Not that I'm trying to set a fast lap right now, but it just gives you a bit more momentum. Getting better at turn one, still not the way I like to do it, but better. Yeah, I haven't driven Sebring, I think, since the update, or if I did, it was like just a couple of laps, so I don't really have much to say about that. So you're saying that some of the curbs are higher now? Oh, you dragged them. Yeah, you can hear the car high-siding. Yeah. Being off track. Still got a lot of finessing to do to get a good lap in, but that's why we do the practice. I mean, I'm at the entrance to the ballpark, let's put it that way. See, I tried second gear and I lost time there. Yeah, it's a lot bumpier. That's what I've heard. How long is the race tonight? I think 40, 45, somewhere in that range. I'd have to double check. For sure there's a 57 in this. Screwed that up. Yeah, I know we won't change tires, and fuel saving is still a thing, but we won't change tires. I haven't done one clean lap yet. All my laps have had off tracks. So hard to judge that with the sun. I had to try. No, you have to do a pit stop, Joe. So fuel saving's still a deal. I think at this track, that's going to be a big thing. Because it's not the best of tracks to pass at. I mean, there are passing zones, or spots, but there's risks involved. You know, I'm talking about when two cars are of similar pace. It's really hard to pass. If you're faster, then yeah, it's easy. But, well, not easy, but doable. But if you're at the same pace, it's hard. Like another classic one is right in here. You just come out a little wide and throw it in inside. Make sure you don't outbrake yourself. Same thing with the last corner before the last chicane. And then turn one, less likely, but it's also another place to pass. And that's about it. So there's 2, maybe 3 places to pass. Scott, I don't know, Scott. I just started testing. I haven't turned any laps yet for tonight. I've just literally been so busy with other races this week. This is my first test. So I don't know what I'm going to run. I'll try a few other cars that I think might have potential. How about you? Have you picked a car yet? Ah. Yeah, maybe. I think the Audi actually might be a good choice. Because, as you know, the Lambo's a bit pointy on turn-in, and I'm noticing that's a bit of an issue so far. So, I don't know. I think the Audi needs to be looked at. I might look at the McLaren and the Ferrari too. Maybe I'll look at the Porsche, because I think the Porsche is into contention again. But I'm still literally dusting off the cobwebs for this track right now. As you can see, I haven't even done a clean lap yet. I keep getting off tracks. But that's how I test. I mean, I push over the limit and then work my way back. So I know what the limit is. Have you done any practice yet, Scott? Yeah, I think that's true for all of us, Scott. Let's see if I can put in an actual clean lap. I do like the Lambo. It's my favorite car overall, Scott, so if I can make it work, I'll make that work. But if there's another car that's just better, I'll switch. See, right there, that rear end is just so not wanting to hang on. Scott, say hi to Joe. Joe, say hi to Scott. Scott runs the league that we're racing in tonight. Scott's a fast guy. He's kicked my ass all season long. I was just saying to say hi, Scott, that's all. Yeah, Scott's league is probably the most competitive league around right now. It's a good league. I would rather it not be fixed setups, to be honest, Scott. Because the fixed setups just don't work at all tracks. I'd rather spend my time in one car and work on a setup than having to test 4 or 5 cars every week. For future consideration, of course. There's a 57. No, it's not. It's a 57.975 there, Jim. I worked hard for that extra 100. Oof. Should we try the Audi? Let's try the Audi. Yeah, well, that's the benefit of being retired, Scott. Good luck with your real job. Cheers. All right, let's try a different car now. Try the Audi next. Audi. Let's go. I think, Joe, it's I think it's all one split. I don't think they have multiple splits. Let me check their website. Do they have? I want to see if they have like a different league. So they've got the Pro and the Am League. Depending on your I rating, you would go into one or the other. If you look at NorthAmericanRacingLeague.com, you can find the details. All right, let's put the fixed setup in. Yeah, it's important to be in a league where you've got people that are faster than you, but you're not like really off the pace, because it's no fun for anybody when there's a huge skill difference. Yeah, and like there's some 10K guys in this NARL league tonight, like Gustavo Ario. He's in the league. Yeah, see, immediately I can feel this car doesn't turn in as abruptly as the Lambo, as always. So that might be good. The only downside, though, is not only does the front end have less grip, the rear end has less grip in this car. But the balance is good. Like as long as it doesn't spin out in high-speed corners, you're good. See, the car here is just far more smooth, but then right here I'm not getting the turn I want, so there's trade-offs. But you know, the tires aren't up to temp yet, so let's see how it goes. This was the corner I'd be worried about in this car. I'd be worried about the back end coming out on me. Seemed okay. And turn one, maybe? No, not turn one. Because it's an off-power situation. So this car would be really stable. Yeah, see, that's just far easier to drive than the Lambo. Through that corner. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, these two cars, they're very similar, but they have very distinct characteristics. And you gotta know when to take advantage of one or the other. Waited too long to get the power there because of the line I chose into the later apex. I didn't have to lift as much there. .58 flat. the shift. See, that extra downshift and going into that corner to second caused it to get loose. That's why I paper to use third. You don't really lose much time if you do it right. I'll test a few more. Not all of them, but I'll test a few more. I don't think I'll test all of them. I mean, you never know. Because it's with this new BOP, I don't know where all the cars sit relative to each other now. Yeah, the Audi's definitely quicker. Oops, screwed up that corner. It's just easier to drive, so I can find the limit better. It's a 57.9 again, but I can do better than that. But I'm going to drive a couple of the cars. I mean, see how they go. What do you want me to try next? The Porsche? Let's go with the Porsche. Curious. It hasn't had much love lately. My fan on. Alright, 911 it is. So those that just joined, say hi, type something in the chat, let me know who's on. I'm just doing some testing of Suzuka for the NARL race tonight. First few laps, I just tested the Lambo and the Audi. Now I'm gonna, I need to put the fixed setup on. One moment, please. I don't know if there's a difference between baseline and fixed, but we run fixed, so. Why is there so much delay on my my live stream? Because I didn't have it up to date. Never mind. Ah, the sound. One of my guys drives a Porsche almost loosely. He said he feels, since the last small update, it feels better. Yeah. Apparently all they did was add some torque. So the feeling, like the handling, should be identical. My worry is that this is not going to make it through 130R or turn 1. Just based on my previous driving of this version of the car. They tend to have a bit of a high-speed oversteer problem. I don't know if it's too much rake or too much rear diff, but one of the two causing that problem, or sway bar. See, it's really stable going in there, really like too stable here. So we'll see if how it feels through 130R. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't, we'll see. Yep. Now I did take too much curb there, so that could have been the curb. I took too much curb because I was trying to straighten out the corner. But I'll take the normal amount of curb this time, just for a fair test. But like I said, the characteristics of the car haven't changed, it's just more torque. You can take a lot more curb though with this car. That's one advantage it has. Alright, this music is driving me nuts. I need to change it. Next song. I just wish we could stream normal music, because I really don't... It's not my kind of music. But I also agree with paying the artist, so maybe YouTube should pay the artist based on the number of streams their music gets. Ah, fuck this car. Can't drive it. What I thought. Still the same piece of shit. So no to the Porsche. Oh, is it? Oh, that's good to know. I think that's a fair way to do it, because like the artist should be compensated. I don't have any issues with that. I just don't like having to do this DCMA stuff. What should I try next? Merc? Let's try the Merc. I might do all the cars, what the hell. I'm pretty sure the Audi will be what I'll drive, but... That's perfect. That's the way it should be, I think, Joe. I need to add some next buttons to my Stream Deck for the music, so I can do this without having to go up to my monitor. Oh, I'll do that later. Alright, let's test this. In fact, the last race I did here, I got beat by a guy in a Ford. It's fast in a straight line. And it was open setup, and he got it to work well. I was quicker in the low speeds, but I couldn't match him in the high speed. I need to lower this cockpit. Yeah, he was a really good driver too. He technically was disqualified from the race because he had switched cars too many times in the season. It was actually in PRL last season. But very good driver. Fun race. But good on him to win here in a Ford. It's not an easy thing, I think. Oh, what setup do I have in here? I got the baseline. One moment, please. I'm looking forward to when they have the GT3 C8 Corvette. I hope it's good, because that's one I want to drive. And it's interesting, because I don't know if you've seen the camouflage paints of the the GT3R Corvette C8 in real life, but their camouflage paint looks really similar to our paint. Like really similar. This car is loose on power. BMW might be good here. Right? Isn't it the similar? Like, it's crazy. I think it's a bunch of the Corvette Jake symbols on the car or something like that. But this is what I was telling Scott. Like, I'd rather work with one car and make the setup work as opposed to have to go test all the different cars. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the engine at all in the BMW. I agree. It's so quiet. This Merc has a nice engine though. Super easy to drive this kind of car into the corner, and the challenge comes to come out of the corner. Won't be a good lap because I screwed up the start of it. But I'm not good at putting power down there. Come on, turn. Oh, is the AMG your favorite car? Jesus. Near death. Alright, let's see if we can have a clean lap here. This will be a shit one. $59.6, yes. But that was a really bad lap. Gave a bit. I brake too early for that corner. It's a bit of time lost. I get you. We're all attrition drivers at some level. This could benefit from moving the brake bias a bit backwards, I think. Or one click back. Actually, 2 clicks back. .58.3. It's in the ballpark. Not bad. I didn't really drive it that well, but still think the Audi's better. I can spend some time with you and help you understand that, Joe. It's pretty easy. It's not that complex, brake bias. Basically, I'm sure you know what bias does. It tells you which end of the car is applying more brakes. So the higher the number, the more the front tires are doing the work. The lower the number, the more the rear tires are doing the work. And so if you're going in a corner and the car is pushing while you're braking, while you're applying the brake and the car is pushing, you want to steer more. You move the bias rearward, it locks up the rear tire. Well, it doesn't lock them up, well, it can. But it gives you more rotation while you're trail braking if you move it backwards. I screwed that lap up, but I could have done a 58 flat, easy. That was a 2, and I really screwed up that last corner. So here, in this corner here, I noticed that the car wasn't turning enough while I was trail braking all the way up to that point. So by adding more rear bias, it would turn more while I'm applying the brakes. The downside is that if you go too far, you might spin, or you might overheat and wear out the rear tires too much, and so as the race goes on, or the run goes on, the car might get looser because you're overheating the rear tires. So that's the more subtle trade-offs. Anyway, I know this car could get there. It'll be competitive. I'm gonna go try the BMW now. BMW GT3. There we go. So does that help you understand, Joe? Like, did I explain that okay? So the more rearward the brake bias, the more you'll get steering while you're trail braking. Likewise, if you're having too much steering while you're trail braking, if you move it forward while you're trail braking, the car won't steer as much. And you just got to watch for the long run. Yep. And usually you don't have to make massive changes. I mean, there are times I've found some of the fixed setups are way off, but usually 1 or 2 clicks is good enough. to move forward or backwards to get the balance you want. I never seem to go above 4 clicks, one way or the other. Alright, set up, fixed. Yeah, this quiet BMW. I won't be able to hear it over the music. I better turn the music down. Oh, this is a pretty quiet song anyway. So balance-wise, the BMW seems a bit more balanced than the Mercedes. And what I mean by that is when you get to power, the back end doesn't seem quite as snappy. Soothing and put you to sleep. Okay, is that what ASMR does for you? Oops. BMW is also traditionally pretty good with the bumps, but this fixed setup has not been the best for some reason. I would say the BMW is probably the safest car to drive. The Maca is also pretty safe. McLaren. Doesn't get much love though. Move the bias back 2 clicks on this car too. Look at that sky. Looks awesome. See, this is where this car is so, it's just so easy to drive. This would be the car, like if you're looking for an easy car to drive, this is the one I would recommend. I know it puts you to sleep, but maybe the bias is too far back right now. Move it forward one. I like hearing the chirps from the turbo. That corner there, the Mercedes is better because you can keep the power on more. Yeah. I think that's more of a problem with the Mercedes than it is with the BMW, though. Why wasn't that first gear? Thought I was in first gear. Ooh, that surprised me. Wasn't expecting that slide. It's more of a problem with your right foot. Yeah. I've been known to have that problem too. This is only going to be a 59-second lap. Gotta let those tires recover from that overheating and that slide. Oh, not even in the 59s, a 2-minute lap. Oh, oh. Alright, well this car, I'm not doing it justice. Move the bias back to factory. Back. So this car is much looser off power than the Mercedes is. The Mercedes is looser on power. But at the same time, I find this BMW doesn't want to turn in certain situations, so it's kind of weird. But where was the off track? Same place as always, Crispy. This is still only going to be a 59-second lap. Why is that sliding there so bad? I don't understand that corner. Like, the car feels normal and then all of a sudden it just wants to give up. It don't make a sense. Still only going to be a 59 flat. I mean, I could for sure do a 58, but that's just too far off to continue to work on it. All right. BMW out, Mercedes out. Although, if you like a Mercedes, it's fast enough. Let's do Macca. McLaren, where are you, baby? Let's go. Now, I imagine this weather may have been different every time. I could explain it too. Let me just go into VRS and check that. $19 and $19.5 and $19.5 air and track for the BMW. 18 and 18, so it's a degree difference. That's not much. 18 for the Merc. I didn't even do a lap in the Porsche. Oh, the Audi was 17.5 and 17.2. And the Lambo was 18.7, 18.8. So the Audi had the coolest temp. I forgot that this was generated weather. I'm just going into the Nick, how you doing, man? Nick is OP. Alive, Crispy. I'm alive. Yeah. How you doing, Nick? Good to hear from you. Macca OP, let's go. I like this car. I know it's outdated GT3 technology, but it's like the balance of it. Now, since I said I like the balance of it, you know I'm going to spin, right? Yeah, this is the McLaren now, Joe. It's really good on bumps. Really, really good on bumps. Steering feedback, force feedback is quite a bit less though. I need to, maybe, if I get serious about this, I'll turn it up. You know what's funny? I actually don't like the fireballs. I think it makes it look cheesy. Personally. Looks cartoonish. I can appreciate the drama of them though. See, I told you. I like the bounce of this, so I'm going to spin. I don't think I hit anything. What a dumbass. Macca doing Macca things. Yeah, that's it, Nick. That's my official excuse. I'm going to stick with it. Nothing to do with the driver. Whoa. I just need to get used to it again. That's probably more the reality of it. Those rear tires are not going to be optimal at this point with that large spin. What was it? My C8 has electric steering. I'm not a fan of it. It's got no feel. I mean, I love the car, don't get me wrong, but there's no feedback. I get more feedback from iRacing. You're tired of electric steering, yeah. Yeah, I would pay extra for the better feel. Especially in a car like that. I have 6 gear. Or less. And oh my god. No. Just no. What's left? Ferrari? Is that it? Alright, we'll do the Ferrari. Like, what is that? I had it, and then I didn't have it. Oh, that was the first one. Oh, that was the second one. Alright. Ferrari, let's go. Ferrari will be good in that corner. It'll just be loose coming off the corners. Yeah, I think you might have mentioned that before about getting on the driver development track at CTMP in the C8. I've only taken mine to Cayuga. I hope to do more lapping days next. I only did the one lapping day because I got it late in the season, in the summer. I think I mentioned to you my brakes failed. So I need to do some more work on that. I thought I'd done enough to make it fine, but by changing the fluids and the pads and the rotors, but clearly it was not enough. Alright, let's do the Ferrari. Yeah, it was after like 6 laps and I got the brake failure warning on the dash. Ferrari. What the hell is that? I remember before the Ferrari when you had the pit limiter on, if you try to accelerate out of your pit stop with the pit limiter on, it would do that exactly. Yeah, you got to get that Mustang on the track. So what are you up to, Nick? This is another one where the force feedback is so light in the Ferrari. So this is also a 19-degree track. So I would say the Mercedes, Audi, and Lambo so far are very viable. Absolute hard no on the Porsche and the McLaren. And the BMW's, I think, fine. But when you've got better options, you would go with either Mercedes, Audi, or Lambo. I think the Audi is the best overall balanced car. Lambo is going to be just as quick, but you got to be able to deal with a pointier car. At work? Yeah. Sorry, mate. What do you do for a living, Nick? The Ferrari could be good here. It would be easy to drive, I think. Oh, really? That's a cool job. Which gaming house? Please tell me it's not iRacing. So what kind of game, what are some games I might have heard of that you do QA on? Not that I'm a massive, I don't have much knowledge other than iRacing, but... Oh, Warframe? Is that like a... Obviously it's a war game, but what, is it like tanks or boats or planes or all of the above? Is it for PC or console or mobile devices? Where are you based, Nick? Gotcha. That's cool, man. I used to be in software all my career. I didn't do video games, but I was a CTO for a number of software companies. So I know a bit about the process you go through for QA. I don't know the specifics for gaming, however. Do you have like a bunch of automated scripts to do most of your testing, or is it all done manually? Oh, there was far smarter guys than me, but I love software and did it all my life, so. Just worked my way up. Built a few software companies, a few consulting companies as well. Ooh, shit, hang on. Oh, all manual testing. That's time consuming. Yeah, so... But I can't compare the lap times identically because this is a 19-degree track versus the Audi was in a 17. All manual testing for us, but being on consoles, we had to submit to for clear. I gotcha. Yeah, we used to use my last couple companies, 3 companies. We did agile development, so we had sprints and we had a lot of automated scripts for testing so that we could release code every 2 weeks. But it takes just as long to write the test scripts as it does to write the code, but it pays off the longer you do it. All right. Oh, I don't want that one. Let's go back and we'll do another test. Oops. I want to see if I can get a... Oh, I know what I'll do. I'm going to go into VRS. I'll just use the last session, but I'll select a different car. Do a test in iRacing. I'll select the Audi. So this should generate the same weather or what I just tested when I did a 58.9 in the Ferrari. So you all set for tonight, Nick? So we're testing for NARL, one-off race or season start? This is the league. And I think I don't know how many races are we into this season now. I don't know, but I'm just doing car selection right now. Leaning towards why didn't that load it up? Oh, I gotta log in. That'll do it. How many sessions are we in so far? I want to say 3 or 4. Let's see. GT3 Pro League. Is there a schedule? So Road America, VIR, Mosport, Interlagos, Suzuka. So this is race 5. So we're halfway through the season now. Yeah, so this is a fixed league, meaning fixed setups, and so because they do fixed setups, you can swap cars every race. I would much prefer to stick with the same car and do open setups, but this is how they do it. Like PRL is my preferred approach. But the one good thing about this series, other than the guys that run it, which do an awesome job, is it's really hard to be in the top 10. Because you got Gustavo Ario and that kind of caliber of driver in this league. 10, 9, 8K drivers. So it's definitely hard to make top 10. All right, so this should be the same weather. Yep, 1919. Thursdays are no good for you? Gotcha. Both leagues are awesome. They both have their benefits. You know, so one doesn't fit for you for schedule reasons, or you prefer open or fixed. Both are really good options. I do both because I'm retired and I have the time, so. And then we did the Sick Kids race last night, which was a lot of fun. That Sick Kids race was awesome, man. It was great. We raised over $34,000 across all the teams. $35,000 for the Sick Kids Foundation. That's so cool. And having all those pros in there, real life pros, that was fun. We had 2 cars. We finished 2nd and 4th. That's where we started. We had lots of drama. Our car actually had a crash and bus stop at Watkins. But we climbed our way back up after taking the fast repair. Ooh, so this car is a bit sketchy there too. Surprised me. Could be the difference in the track temps, maybe? Let's find out, shall we? There's more in it in 130R, but I was just a little conservative there. 58.5. So the temperature, 2 degrees makes more difference than I thought. That's better. Tense up. Ah, stupid off track. Didn't need it. Completely unnecessary. Turn, come on. I tried a different technique in there. Rather than braking and gassing into the initial part, I just decided to coast through the whole initial part. I'd be a bit more aggressive here. I knew there was time there. I'm in the Audi. So that was a 57.8, but it had an off track. But the Audi is definitely quicker than the Ferrari. Now let's go try the Lambo. It's going to be between the Lambo and the Audi for me. Probably the Audi, but let's see. No, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it off of VRS so I get the same data, same weather, I mean. You haven't bought the car? Or you have bought the car? It's very similar to the Lambo. It's just the front end doesn't bite in as much and the rear end is a bit looser on power. And for the right track, that's what you want. But some tracks, this car, like at Watkins Glen, the Lambo is the better of the two. Because that penultimate or the second last corner in this car, and also the left-hander after the carousel, are a bit sketchy. In the Audi. So, maybe with the hotter temperature, the Audi, this Lambo won't be as pointy. As I was saying earlier, for whatever reason, the cooler temps, the car becomes pointier, which is backwards. It's just the way the physics on this car work. I agree, Nick. I agree, 100%. The Merc used to be a car I drove because it was fast, not because I liked it. BMW, kind of similar. If it was fast, I would drive it, but I don't really like driving them. My favorite car to drive is the Lambo. I prefer the look of the Audi. But traditionally, most times, like 8 times out of 10, I'll choose the Lambo, just because of its handling characteristics are more what I like than the Audi. And the way I would describe it is the Lambo seems more connected to the track versus the Audi seems to slide over the surface of the track more. And so I find the Lambo a little more precise in its direction changes and where you place the car. It's a minor difference, but here's where the Lambo is also way better, is in that corner there. So the Audi is a bit less confidence inspiring going over that 130R. But then the Lambo going into T1 wants to over-rotate. So personal preference as always. See that? And again. But yeah, to answer your earlier question, Nick, this is not a one-off race for me. In the series for NARL. That's where the Audi's better. It's just a smoother transition in that corner. And that the Lambo wants to constantly. But then 130R is better in the Lambo, so yeah. Poison. None of them are perfect. Ah, gotcha. Okay. I misunderstood your question. Sorry, Nick. A better lap if I can keep it together. That stupid curve. I was going over that curve and I'm thinking, no, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. No, it won't be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. It wasn't fine.
Looks like your car is towed. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold the reset button and we'll come and get you.
I don't know which car to get. Or use, I mean, for the race tonight. Both of them have issues. Ford. Oh, I haven't tried the Ford. Should we try the Ford? Let's try the Ford. Fuck it. Let's try the Ford. Let's go, Nick. Let's try the Ford. All right, let's go with the Ford. Where is it? Test. Ford. I don't think I have an actual team paint that I made for this one yet. Oh, I gotta get out of this session, don't I? All right, Test NARL Ford. Yeah, right? I gotta try for the memes? Okay. Yeah. I think it's got my old paint on it from when I lived in Australia. And the paint I did for the team we had there, XRC. I think. Find out. All right, let's go. Yeah, it's got my old paint on it. I'll show you in a minute. Oh, this is baseline. That's it, Joe. Yeah, this is. Oh, it's got a spec map on it. I don't know why that's the case. I did it kind of like an RC car paint. Anyway, I'll just get out there and drive. Show you the paint in a minute. Let's see how this goes. Sounds good. It's been a long time since I've driven this car. Whoa. Steering is so light, like there's nothing to it. As Nick knows, though, I got beat by the Ford here in this track in the PRL League last season. It's good at the curbs. Oh, I need to turn up the force feedback. This is nuts. I can't drive a car with that little feedback. Campbell is Campbell, though, yep. He's quick. I could see the weakness of this car was the corners, though. It was fast in a straight line. I was quicker than him in the corners, but couldn't, without taking risks I don't want to take, I couldn't get by him. I couldn't get alongside him into the braking zones. I didn't want to do a big send. Yeah, apparently, like, the setup he had was really good. This is just the fixed setup, which is probably going to be shit, but... Let's see how it goes through 130R, pushy. Puts the power down really well on the low speeds. Shift, Martin, shift. Well, you can really feel the extra force feedback increase as you apply the front brakes. Maybe I can't take that much girth. I want to see what I get away with. That was too much. I broke too early. What is with that corner? Yeah, that's it. Although the Ford GT, like the current version, not this one, that's a killer car. Our team owner, Jason Allen, is friends with, well, actually best childhood friends with Kurt Busch. And Kurt has two of the Ford GTs. the current ones. They're worth over, I think one's worth like 1.5, one's worth 1 million. They're like crazy amount of money. I gotta stop taking so much damn curb. This car isn't too bad, to be honest. The balance is, other than this corner, but I'm sure that's just my right foot needs to be trained. Or maybe I just stick in second gear. Yeah, the new Mustang GT3 will be, I think, a popular car, and I hope that's good, and I hope the new C8 GT3 will be good too. I assume iRacing will make it C8 GT3. Have they confirmed they're making the Ford? Oh, it doesn't want to turn. I don't know how to get through 130R there without that turn. I'm gonna have to really lift. Alright, come on, let's get a lap in. See where this thing actually sits. Oh, I got you. This feels a lot like the McLaren in terms of handling. Maybe I'll take it back. Maybe it's not so good on the bumps, because I thought I didn't hit a lot of that bump. I remember when I was racing against Campbell here, I could see him getting loose on power out of corners, and now I know why. Keep it off track. I braked too early. One more lap. .59.0. Not that far off. Oh, damn it. I got too greedy.
Slow down. You got a penalty for cutting the course. Your car has too much damage. We've got to fix it.
I want to know what an actual lap is, so I'm going to keep going here. F1 is so dramatic. Yeah, I'm kind of sick of all the games. I do like the racing though. And as much as the personalities can be a bit annoying at times, ooh, gotta wait for the tires, Martin. It's still my favorite show to watch. Cool thing is that I watch all the F1 races with my father every time they're on. You know, he watches it from his house and I watch it from my house, and we text each other during the races, so it's a father-son thing I like very much. Yeah, if you think I'm old, Nick, my father's 85, he's awesome. Love my father. He's a glass half full kind of guy. Stay off the curb. Do not go over that curb. Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. It does take away from it. 100%. This car actually drives really nicely. Corner there is hard to put power down. Really hard. Oh, shift, Martin. Lost time there. Not shifting in time. At least a tenth and a half. Turn. That's kind of like the BMW characteristic we saw earlier. I can swap to the Ford and the PRL. Sure, I can. Alright. Now the tires got some heat in them. Let's go one more time. Last lap. I'm going to stick with the Lambo, Nick. Was it Magna Core next weekend, Nick? I've never driven that track. I don't even own it. Have you driven there yet? Yeah, I agree, Nick, 100%. Second gear is a better exit for that. More consistent. You lose very little and it's just more consistent. funny how this car doesn't like to put power down in that medium speed corner. So definitely not optimal, but 58.3. That was quicker than the Audi, wasn't it? Fuck. That was quicker than the Audi. What the hell? That wasn't even a great lap. Damn. Well, there you go. Time to make a new paint. Damn. All right. This is my old paint, by the way. It doesn't, I don't know why it has the spec map on it, because it's not supposed to. Here, let me get rid of that stupid spec map. Paint. Where's the Ford? Ford GT3, right? Yeah. There. That's what it looks like without the spec map. Right? I told you, Joe. Yeah, it's very much an RC car design, isn't it? Well, XRC, the team that I made in Australia, was made up of a bunch of ex-RC car drivers. Well, not all of them were ex, some of them were still current, like Simon Nicholson and a few others that, anyway. Right? Yeah. Except, yeah, I would never have a black RC car because of the carpet, but anyway, that was the paint. I don't have time to make a new paint before tonight, nor do I want to, so yeah, and I have a version of our paint that had a white background, which the original version did have a white background because of RC. But then we made this because we felt it looked better. And that should be carbon fiber. How do I get this to zoom in? Yeah, so I made the paint look like carbon fiber. But yeah, totally an RC car. Yeah. What the hell? That's a fast car. Damn it, Ford. Damn you, Ford. I'm gonna go back and test the audio one more time. Where is it? I want to see if it's really as bad as I think it is in that 190R. These are some of the paints that we made for our cars, by the way. I do the paints, but we have a couple guys on the team that do awesome pictures, and they add stuff. like the sky gets replaced through an AI engine or something. Yeah, probably still a better bet. All right. It's gonna be either Audi or Lambo. That's why I gotta make my determination. It's all gonna be determined by 190R. And how reliably I can get through 190R on this. Because I prefer. Oh, I gotta turn down the force feedback. Oh, strong. I prefer the Audi everywhere on the track except for 190R. Well, that's not true. I prefer the Lambo in this corner. I was going to dig in to the right better and get to power better. I guess long runs are going to be the determining factor. Of course, you know I'm going to do all this and I'll just choose the Lambo. It takes a lot for me not to choose the Lambo. The only dangerous spot in the Lambo is really just turn 1. Oh, and this spoon turn as well. Is this called spoon? I think it's called spoon. That was fun. So it was a 58.3 in the Ford, right? That's what the number was? The Audi is really good at this corner. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate that, man. I worked a lot on that. It's hard trying to pick a paint that everyone in the team likes. Probably did, I don't know, 30 different versions of paints before we finally selected that one. And then you got to paint all the cars. And then we just recently added some sponsors, so then I had to redo all the cars. Come on, turn. There you go. Yeah, there's a lot of hours in the paints. But I'm glad that everybody seems really happy with the paint, and then that makes all the work effort worthwhile. The audio's perfectly stable there. I don't know what I felt before, but whatever I felt is not there now. This isn't going to be a 58.3. I don't know what this will be. Oh, maybe I did a 57 with this. A 58.7. Come on, let's go. Off track. Another off track. Oh, no, just the one. That's a 3. Well, at least I'm as fast in the Audi as I was in the Ford. That's a relief. Get 1 maybe? No, still 58.3. Alright, not bad. Lambo, let's go see what you're doing and then we'll make a decision. I'm just glad that was stable. Alright. Right. Well, I guess I could have had that camera on too. Forgot about that camera. It's so dark in here. How lazy am I? I could get up over there and turn some lights on, but I'll just turn on my hue light. Because I'm lazy. Okay, Lambo. Show me some love. Sit. Yeah, I don't use Siri in this house. We used to. I used to use Apple all the time. But I recently switched to Google Pixel. And one feature which you'll laugh at, I like about the Pixel, that it wasn't available on the Apple, and that is to do with Apple CarPlay. And with Apple CarPlay, I couldn't respond to any Discord messages. You know how with Apple CarPlay you can hear an audible version of a text that somebody sends you and respond to it, but you couldn't do that with something like Discord. Oh, that's cool. I'm sure I could do voice commands on this too if I wanted to. But with the Apple or the Android Car Auto, whatever it's called, I can get a notification of a Discord message. It'll say it audibly for me, and I can respond to it with words, and it will text back my response. And you know how much time we spend in Discord, so that was important. Apple won't support AI? What do you mean? I think the second lap is the faster lap. We'll see. Oh, okay, gotcha. I mean, the one good thing about Apple over Google is it's probably a little better on your privacy. I wouldn't say better on security, but probably better on privacy. This music is so mindless. $58.5 maybe? $58.6. See how it got loose? But I could fix that looseness in turn one with bias. What was my best on the Audi again? E3? Stay off. One. It's quicker. Let's try that bias change it. Turn one here. Okay, that's better. I lift too much there. Ah, missed a turn in. Yeah, I know, off track. Yeah, that's the shit that worries me about this car. Go back in the bias. It's one this time, so I'm splitting the difference between the two biases. Started at 54, went to 55, now I'm at 54.5. Off track. Well, I don't know, boys. What do you think? The Audi and I don't think there's much in it between the Audi and the Lambo, which is pretty typical. See a Lambo? Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'm gonna go grab some food because I'm getting kind of hungry. But I think after I eat, I'm gonna go do 2 full tank runs on each car, and then I'll make my decision. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, boys. Appreciate it very much. Good to have some company while I do this. And Joe, hopefully you weren't too bored. Anyway, thanks guys. Cheers.